be very fun. Which is like,
I'm definitely open to just more lighter energy, right?
Yeah.
Like just more lighter energy, right?
Yeah.
Like I've had to survive my whole life, and I'm not even gonna get into like all of the details, but I'm just learning how to have lighter energy. And it took like survival mode is really crazy because it
girl, like I
hooked up because God survival mode could really compromise everything you ever wanted in life.
Ooh. Wait, get into that.
Survival mode is your fight or flight mechanism, right? So when you're surviving, you only feel like pain can get you to where you want to go. You only think hardship and all of the like hardship. You think struggle, hardship, pain, and strength is what's gonna get you there. That's what survival mode is all of the impulsive decisions. It's all of the mind in a numb heart, right? And it's good in certain situations when you're in danger. But the reason why I say it could compromise everything that you ever wanted is because when you get into a space where you're not in danger, you don't know how to react. You don't know how to live. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to not survive. Life and living, they go hand in hand. Life and survival, no. Survival is for when you're in danger. You protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Living is when you are holistically present. Your mind is present. You're able to love and be naturally yourself. You don't have to survive because you're not in danger. So to bring back to the main point, your survival mode is a tool. It's not a lifestyle. And people like make it a lifestyle, and it's just a tool to protect you and to protect your energy and to help you set boundaries. But it compromises everything you want because what you want is to really live. And you can't use survival tools with living. You have to live.
Gosh.
So yeah, survival is a tool, not a lifestyle. And a lot of, my peers and people tend to get them mixed up or have never been taught that there are different, that's just a tool. So yeah, getting out of survival mode, because people compromise. People can have everything they want and they still fuck it up because they don't know how to appreciate anything outside of surviving. They don't know how to feel love because they think pain is what got them to where they are. So
damn.
Yeah, you can get everything you want and burn it down because you need the fire to push you. You don't even know how to use good things to push you. So you burn it down just to get the fire and use it to rebuild it.
Ooh. Still the show, man. Still the show.
I'm not still in the show.
No.
Hook me up because I don't really know how to explain it because it's so deep. But I think that's accurate.
Perfect. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bug. That was me. Still me.
A disclaimer, or is that a disclaimer? Yes, I don't freaking know. I only speak on things I've been through. I don't take nobody's story. I don't speak on things that I hope to see. I only speak on things that I've been through. I only speak on lessons that I've learned and experiences that I've gone through. And notice I did not say people. I said lessons and experiences, not people. Okay?
Not people. I love that. Yeah. Survival mode.
Yeah.
Wait, what you said?
I said because we're all human, so I don't use people. People have their own journeys and stories. I don't want to use them as a good or bad in my journey or story.
Right. Yeah. That survival mode is real. And that's why I feel like for even me right now, like I'm in a place now where I'm figuring out how to not just survive, but to fucking live. Like take the little thing, take a breath of breathe in, breathe out. Like just go get some sun, relax. Like everything is not a fight or flight. Like, and even for me, I'm trying to think if I'm more of a fighter or I think I'm more nah. We're gonna get into it. I don't think I'm either, but I'm more on the side of fight. And I feel like maybe it's my Aries moon too, but I need a solution. But the problem is with that is that sometimes you can't figure everything out.
Well, I'm about to bust your head because fight and flight go hand in hand. Just because it doesn't seem like you are, from my perspective, just because you don't seem like you're actively flighting, like fleeing could be your fight of actually what you need to do. You get what I'm saying? Fleeing, and that's an example of you fighting against what you need to do. Fighting doesn't always be, you could be running from something and you're fighting against what's naturally supposed to happen.
Wow. Okay.
For me.
Wow.
You could be fighting. I get what you're saying. Like, I'm usually head on. But I've been in situations where I've ran from the truth. And that's fighting against what's naturally supposed to happen.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of when I ran from something like yo, no, that's real though. Like
running, but it could be as simple as like procrastination.
Avoiding. Okay. Not trying to deal with it. Trying to find distractions.
You know you're supposed to go on that run. You know you're supposed to go to the store and get them vegetables, but you fighting.
You in the bed.
Yeah, because and then just to bring it back to like the survival mode, like some people like struggling. They won't run because they want to get fat, so people could be like, "Oh, run," and they want to struggle to. You could have avoided this, you know. So survival mode could be, like I said, if you only when you're in danger. And the problem is, a lot of us, unfortunately, in the Black community, are raised in high-risk communities with a disparity in opportunities. So a lot of us are raised to survive.
And it's exhausting. But
we don't know how to live. We don't know how to love. We don't know how to heal. We just know how to survive. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, that's what you like. I love what you said though, because surviving all the time is fucking exhausting. It's not fun. Like, it's really not fun. Like, you looking over your shoulder every second. You feel me? You got your armor on. You got your fucking. You just ready for war.
Hustling, because people like that. They like the rush and the fire. I get it. It's the adrenaline. But you could get that in so many other ways that you don't even have to. Like, that's the most exhausting way. Like, can you imagine? Like, you survive and you don't really have all that you need. And you just tired. You're tired. Like,
You're
tired. You don't have to survive. You're really tired. Like, it's not even where you gotta survive, so you just survive. You're tired.
You're exhausting yourself after a while. Like,
you just ran a whole lap and you could have just walked across this little path. Like, you're tired. Hurt. Like, but that goes back to habits. You're so used to it. This is what I do. I run, I hop, I skip, like, and then when somebody tells you, yo, you could walk, you're like, what the fuck? I could walk? You sure? Like, I don't need to do all that extra shit I've been doing for the past 20 years, 30 years. Yeah. Yeah. You feel me? But the good part about that is that at least you know it's in you when it's necessary. Like you said, it's a tool. So you can always, it's like a toolbox. You can always go in that shit when you need it. Because you're going to need it sometimes, okay? Like, when you need it, them tests. Survive them tests. Niggas want to survive so much. Survive them tests. Them tests are brutal. How long we was up the other night? Word. Like, you ain't go through what we was talking about. But like,
we was 7 hours. Listen, I was on the bed like this.
yo. Like
I was on the bed like this, son.
Like this.
I was quiet.
Oh.
Yo, this shit is real. Life is real. Life is real. Life is real, and it's only gonna get real. We're not even halfway to, like, that's what I'm saying. First of all, I don't know if anybody else could relate, but I be thinking my life is complete, my nigga, and God be like, boom, you thought, like, I'm about to send you something else now. What up? I'm about to send you this person. I'm about to send you this fucking, like, environment. I'm about to send you this, that. I be like, all right, you got it, because it humbles you. It makes you be like, yo, like, I don't know everything. I don't got it all together. I'm still trying to figure my shit out. And that's okay. Like, the world makes us feel like, especially Black people, we gotta have the fucking all planets on our backs. Like, we gotta have every fucking planet on our back, yo. If we don't got one planet, right? We got 30 planets. Say we take off one, or we weak now. So what? You don't see all the planets on my back? Like,
my whole spine is broke.
My whole caving in. Like, my shit caving in. Like, wow. And you try to add another planet? Like, come on. Like, it's not fair. Like, we're already hard on ourselves. Like, like, it's exhausting talking about it. Like, I'm just like,
no, I was just about to say that. I was about to say, yo, this shit's fucking exhausting. Talk about
it. Yo, listen, but I'm gonna say the podcast is my safe space for me, man. We gonna have more episodes, but this is why I like to talk about shit, because it helps, like, because you don't feel like you're fucking crazy.
My safe space is talking. Like,
me too.
You know, like, I think once I get out, like, once people understand, because when people think about, like, mental health and psychology and therapy and, like, self-love, like, it's not boring. Like, don't get me wrong, my classes are boring as fuck, but I'm in the classes so I can figure out how to speak our language, how to translate it. Because it's real simple. Like, the 100 pages I read for one assignment, I'm like, boom, all right. You feel me? This is this. Okay, cool. So I think the self-reflective journey, the self-aware journey, it seems so brutal. And it's just because it does take a lot. It takes a strong character, and it's not for the weak. But at the same time, it's very simple. Like, once you get out of that survival mode or the victim mode, or a couple of other modes that I'm not going to really discuss because it's exhausting, but like, it feels so good to love. It feels so good to laugh. It feels so good for somebody to say thank you. It feels so good to just chill and be like, you know what, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day because I just don't feel like myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a bad day because I didn't really grow up in the best neighborhood, and I feel like it's fucking with my mind. And somebody be like, you know what? Me too. Like, and I love you because you still here. Like, that's what self-love is. When you self-love, you're able to love people better. You're able to love people fully. Like, we got it up the other way around. We think loving outwardly defines us. No, when you love yourself, that shit is lit. That's the most lit.
Shit lit.
Like,
that shit lit.
It don't even drain you. Like, you see how we talking about exhausting stuff, like, oh my God, like,
you handle shit better, yo. Like, when I even that's why I meditate and stuff. Like, even when I'm so calm and stuff, I just go about, like you said, you get a test, right? Because we're gonna always be tested. But it's like how you handling it. And I'll find myself, you grow, like, it's like seeing yourself grow too. Like, you look back and like, yo, the old me would have handled that in a really immature way. And it's like, now I can talk about shit. I have more patience with other people because I'm trying to develop patience with myself. I'm trying to love on myself every day. Like, so when I have time to love on other people, you gonna feel that love because that's what I got it in me. Like, it's in me. Yeah.
You gonna be like, what's that? What's that I feel? Love.
Love.
Love. Love. Love. Love.
Love. love. What are you talking about?
Able to love yourself unconditionally, unapologetically be yourself, and you meet people where you could be like that. That's the problem. I gotta say this. Sorry, I don't know how much time we got, but I gotta say this.
No, we good. We rolling.
Our peers, like in our generation, we have a lot of relationship problems, right? A lot of relationship, whether it's intimate relationships or friendships. Let's just leave that. We're not going to get into family, but intimate or friendship, we have a lot of problems. You know why we have the problems? Because everybody's trying to love on each other without loving themselves. So now you got somebody using the love, the brokenness that you gave them, calling it love and trying to pass it on to you. Like these relationships that we're in they're mirrors. All of the stuff that is aggravating and that bitch and that nigga and da. Like it's mirrors, sweetheart, or sir, ma'am, sir. It's a mirror. You feel me? And I know that because in my relationships, I'm like, damn, I couldn't stand that, but I'm like, why I'm so passionate about that? Because it's in me.
It's in me.
You like, damn, and you can't see nothing. You can't even see the person. So that's why, like simple, in simple terms, I feel like our generation, especially in the Black community, like we only love the reflection of ourselves that we see in other people until we hate it. We love the reflection of ourselves that we see in other people, which means that you don't love the people, which means you don't love yourself. Period.
Wow.
And I'm like, I love that you wear hoodies because I wear hoodies too. I love that you wear your hair black because I wear black too. Okay, but there's also other things that you do that's not a part of me. You get what I'm saying? I still need to accept all of you. And the only way I'm able to do that is if I love all of me. Because if not, I'm like,
I accept all of me. If I don't accept, that's real shit though. That's the self-awareness. It's like, yo,
it's not working because we're trying to get somebody else to love the most ugly parts of ourselves, and we don't even love our own selves. If you start loving yourself and loving all of you and unapologetically yourself, like, yeah, I know I got a bad temper, I'm working on that, but I love I know where it came. I love myself for it because I know where I came from. I didn't have it easy, so my temper is off the chain. But if you just like wilding out on everybody, you feel me, and then somebody wild out on you and you like, oh, you wild out on me? What the fuck you think? Yeah, because you wild out on me. Now we wilding out on each other because you don't want to take the time to understand what, you know what I'm saying? How to
where your wilding out is coming from.
How to express that. How to express that's why. Or even on a softer term, like we sometimes want people to think about everything that we like. And then somebody asks you, what you like to do? And you're like, I don't even really know. Okay, so how do you think a person going to cater to you then? If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you like to do, you don't know what you want. So and then we tend to test people. Just give me anything. See if I like it. Like, who you think you're talking to? We all human. Like, you can't do that to people. Don't waste people's time. We need to do it for ourselves and let people be a part of our lives. Not put people through hell and then blame them. Let's not do that.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Yeah, it's true. Like, we would definitely have a lot better relationships if people, you know, that's why I said, like, it is a personal journey. And that goes back to it. Like, even then, you would want people to fucking be in tune or to know. But some people, like, they get it when they get it. And that's just...
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay. And I think it's...
As long as you get it, though.
As long as you get it, and some people will never get it. That's why we have a tribe. That's why you have your group of people. You can't expect everybody to get what you're doing. Nobody want to ride that train over there, but you ride the hell of that shit until the wheels fall off. Word. And you stay in your lane, and people who fuck with you, they gonna get on that too.
They gonna get on the motherfucking train.
You in your lane, you looking at my lane, you wanna crash your own car, and then you gonna blame me. Looking in my direction. Pay attention to your own thing. Ride your own thing. Maybe we could ride side by side, but don't be looking over what I got going on and your shit all shaky and you crash. And then I'm still driving, so how is my fault? How? You understand what I'm saying? So we have to have compassion, but we also can't play ourselves. If you putting in the work and you hold yourself accountable and you self-love and you doing what you need to do in this world, don't let nobody come in your space and try to fuck some shit up. Don't do that. Protect it, and you wish people well, and you keep going about your business. But don't let nobody come in your shit smelling the place up because they don't want to do the work. They gotta go. You gotta go. And you know what, some people gotta go when you're doing the work though. You gonna be like, goes back to isolate. You're gonna be isolated a lot sometimes. Like, you're gonna find your tribe, but even then it's like, you feel me? Like, you wake up with yourself every fucking day, bro. Like, if that don't tell you how important self-love is, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people don't. Right there. That's a quote. Like, you wake up every day with yourself. That don't tell you that you need to.
Like, when y'all look in the mirror, like, do because I look in the mirror and I be like, yo, I'm really fucking here, bro. I'm here. Like, I'm really breathing.
I'm really real. Like,
oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like, wow. Like, I'm really here, yo. But that's really deep what you said. And yeah, protect your space, yo. Once you know, like, protect your space, please. Like, because the danger about it is that if you let everybody in your fucking space, you're gonna become, like you said, we're mirrors, yo. You gotta know who you fucking with. You gotta know.
I gotta say this with the mirror thing and protecting your space. You protect your space because sometimes people are triggers to the parts of you that you already healed. And you have to be careful with that. People are triggers to the parts of you that you already healed.
Oh, so my God. Oh my God. Son! Nah, please. Go, like, please. Because I've been just like the song by Janae, like, I'm triggered. Like, you're triggering me. Go, please. Please.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You have to protect your space because, and granted, when you are whole, you know, you can decipher like you will be triggered. Trust me, like, you'll be triggered by worldly things. You'll be triggered when you go to another country. It don't have to be a person. Like, you could just have memories and be triggered. But when you're self-aware, like, you know, like, okay, I don't have to mind that. That's a trigger. I healed that already. We moving on. But when it comes to people can do two things. They can trigger the parts of you that you already healed, or they can trigger the parts of you that you haven't healed yet that you want to.
Ooh, so I like that.
Yeah. So those two things can happen. Now, the people that are around you that trigger the stuff that you already healed, you have to be careful because if they're not self-aware, they don't even know that they're triggering you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not anybody's. Let me go.
Yeah, it's not even a blame. I know what you mean. It's not a blame thing.
Know that they're triggering you, but I'm talking about protecting your space. I'm not saying going into somebody's space and them triggering you. Like, you gotta get out. Like, that's their space. I'm saying your own space. Like, protect your own space. If you have people around you that they might remind you of something that you already healed from, and you feel some type of way, you have every right to remove yourself, or they have to go. Like, protect. And there's no hard feelings. It's none of that.
And have a conversation about it too. If that person fucks with you, because they could. Yeah, because I feel like that's really a good thing too. And I feel like even being self-aware too, you're better at communicating where you're at, right? Yes. So if somebody fuck with you, they respect you, you feel me? They're gonna either already be in tune with you, or like you have to communicate that, because we're not perfect. Like, I might trigger you and I don't even fucking know that I'm triggering you. But if we have a talk about it and you understand that, you respect that, you try to work better on that, you're aware, like, it's just being aware, like, because we're gonna fuck up. But if you're aware of it, you can point it out, cool, like, I could keep you around me. But if you know what you're doing and you intentionally doing it now, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. I might have to cut you out of there. Cause now you don't care about my shit. You feel me? And we have to care about each other in some type of way. And that's why I don't have too many friends. Like, I'm cool with a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but my circle is very small because of those reasons. Some people don't have your same some people don't think like you, and that's a whole nother conversation because it is what it is. You feel me? Like, but that's why I have this platform now. That's why we talk about it, because even then, at the bare minimum, if we fuck with each other or not, you're gonna respect me. I have to respect you. That's it. Like, if we're gonna be in each other's space, because we're not gonna always like what we do. We're not gonna always agree. Like, but that's okay. Like, as long as like I see you for what you are, you see me for who I am. That's it. That's all we gotta move on to. But I got the last question, and we're gonna get into like a little bit of the ego versus the spiritual. You feel me? And also of the emotions versus the intellect, because I feel like that's another thing I wanted to tap into real quick. But what part of yourself are you connected to deeply?
My spirituality.
Yes, ma'am.
Spiritual, and I haven't always been spiritual. When I was growing up, I was very religious, I guess. I grew up in a religious but I went on a religious
Hi, Nana. Hi, Nana.
Like, just different people. Like, I was Church.
And you get your master's. I just want to say that she's getting her master's, y'all.
I'm getting my master's. So yeah, I'm very spiritual. Because it's my guidance. Like, I'm human. I'm flawed. I can't see past where I am right now. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow hasn't come yet. So my spirit is literally everything. Like, I wouldn't be anything without my spirit, but nothing, because it helps me to discern, like have good discernment. It helps me to see the purity in the world.
Woo.
And it also helps me to see the areas of improvement in myself and other people in the world. So, I don't really separate myself from the world. I just feel like I'm in the world, not of the world. And the reason why I say I don't separate myself from the world, because in order to solve problems in a world or organization, you have to be a part of it. So I am a problem solver. I am a co-scholar. I am like a pioneer for so many things. But I'm also a human. I'm also of the Black community. I'm also a Black woman. I'm also like a daughter, a mother, a sister, a friend. So I just feel like my spirituality gives me the freedom to be human, but it also gives me a perspective beyond this world.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I feel like, yeah, that's me too. I'm connected to my spirit, whether I try to fight it or not. She here, she in tune. Like, she ahead of her time before I even know it. And I feel like what's so interesting about being spiritual is that your mind cannot logically keep up. And that's why we have souls. Like, I believe everybody has a soul. Everybody has a soul. Like, and some people are not religious, some people, like, but I do believe in God. Like, we both believe in God. And I feel like it's a personal, just like self-love, I feel like spirituality is a personal journey.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a personal journey, and it doesn't have to be spoke about all the time, but it's a feeling. It's like your intuition. Like, you pick up on certain things that's not of this world, right? Like you said, like, you pick up on energy, you pick up on vibes. Like, it's not supposed to be understood. Like, it's not supposed to be understood. Like, you're not gonna even, like, that's why I believe in soulmates too. Like, some people your souls probably met before. Like, I'm into that whole yeah. Yeah, like, I'm into that whole thing, because Like, yeah, when you're spiritual, you just can't fight it. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Like, I would never want to trade that for the world, literally. Like, because we're like, it's like it's beyond. And what I love about my spirituality though is that like that's the reason why I'm not so superficial. Like, that's why I don't care about certain things. Like, I don't care about it because I feel like it's just a deep, like, if you really want to live, right? It's so much more to this world than of the world. Like, it's the experiences, it's the people, it's learning about each other. Like, that's the spirit. Yeah. That's the spirit. You're not going, yeah, but I love that. And that's why I feel like we here with it. And we could tap into a little bit of what was I saying? I feel like the world more contributes to your ego. And I feel like your spirit, God contributes more to your spirit, or whatever you believe in, to anybody else that's like gonna be watching. But I definitely think that, you know, that's when spirit taps in, because your ego, man, oh my God. Yo, like, your ego can just, it could be a lot. It's based on survival mode too, which I'm learning now. Like,
yes. So your ego is definitely survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people don't even know it's their ego. They think it's who they actually are. But your ego is basically who you become once you start experiencing the world. And, you know, like you said, when you're conditioned and programmed a certain way, it's such a beautiful thing though, and I'm going to get to it, but your ego is programmed. The world feeds that. And the reason why the world feeds that, because the world has to spin, right? So people make money off your ego. People, there's a lot of things that take place with the ego. But I want to make this point that your ego is not who you are. So the self-love does represent a second chance, right? So your ego is who you become once you start experiencing the world. Once you make the active decision to be self-aware and whole, then you start to cater to the real you outside of your ego. So a lot of times, unfortunately, people base their life off their ego and think that they're defined by their mistakes and their relationships, but that was the ego. So I feel like everybody has a second chance once they understand, like, oh, that wasn't even me. Like, that was just who the world molded me to be. And I have another chance to redefine who I really am. Woo! So that is the spirituality. Like, spirituality guides that part of you. Spirit and ego cannot exist in the same space because they consist of two different energies.
They do.
Just ego
wants to be.
It tries to control it. I mean, actually, what you just said was perfect. Just is, and ego wants to be, right? So once you
it wants to have too. Like, I feel like spirituality, like, it lets things come, like, it's a natural thing. It's a natural process. But ego is it's that drive. Like you said, it's that fire, survival. It's, yo, let's get it. I need this. I want this. Like, ego, but the bad part about ego is that it's never satisfied. That's what I'm learning, even for myself. It's never fucking satisfied. That shit is exhausting, bro. It's exhausting because it's non-stop. It's like, yo, I did everything.
Relax, like,
bro. I bust my ass for 20 years, right? And you still want me to go. You still, like, that's why the spirituality is, you gotta sit with it.
So good. It always wants, it never has enough, and it's never satisfied.
It's never satisfied. I've been battling my shit forever now, so I'm telling you, like, but I love what you said because you'll consciously like be like, oh yeah, that's my ego, oh that's my spirit. Like you, once that shit can't control you no more.
Because it's so subtle. Like I'm like, dang, like I'll be like, dang, you know, like that just tripped me up because I'm trying to think. I'll still be in my ego sometimes. I think I do.
Me too. But that's why I said we need it, but we can't, like you said, it's not our identity. Our identity is our spiritual.
We're still in our ego. Like we still use our ego, but we don't make it our identity.
We gonna always use it. We always need it. Like you said, it's a tool though. We gotta look at it as a tool.
I was just trying to make sure I wasn't still, because what you just said cracked my head. Like
that shit. Oh, I'm telling you.
Like, you see how you just said something? I'm like, wait, let me see. Like, I'm so hard on myself. Like, any little improvement, I'm like, yeah, bitch, get you better move.
Get to it.
You have to get to it. Like, and I have to understand, like, okay, I don't want to get on track. Okay.
I'm telling you, but that's that spirit, yo. Like, it will. That's why I said it's such a natural process. You chill the fuck out. You let life happen. You let it happen to you. Like, it's okay to sit back. And that's why I love, like, even with COVID and, like, rest in peace to everybody that passed away. But it was so interesting seeing us in a pandemic because I'm telling you right now, everybody was like, what the fuck? Because we're always doing something. The ego. The world is ego. If we really think about it, we always doing something. So
you said the world feeds the ego. How you think it feeds the ego? Because there we go. Like,
they making profit off it, right? So that's why.
It always just takes, and it just always wants, and
they don't know how to sit down and chill out. Like, it don't know how to sit down and chill out. So we was forced to chill the fuck out. We was forced to do other things with ourselves. We was forced to look. That's why even some people, like some couples that would live together, they either broken up or stay together because we sitting with now we really seeing what it is. You feel me? We're not, it's no cover up. It's no, oh, we going outside all the time. Oh, niggas was inside for a while.
You was inside for a minute. You feel me? Like, you had to sorry. But no, like, it's so crazy because I talked to a few people, right? And like a few of my friends or whatever, and they be like, sometimes like some couples or some couples like fell off because they was in this house and like they argued so much and like it was so much going on, right? But some people fell off because it wasn't enough going on without. It wasn't enough going on. So now you have people in a house that don't even
know each other. Let's talk about it.
They don't even like each other. They like outside. They like being outside together. They say we outside. But when you sitting in the house and your spouse or your whatever you want is reading and you sitting there biting your nails because you can't even fucking sit still and you leave, you feel me? Like, yeah. When sitting still becomes uncomfortable, you like, what the fuck? Like, oh, so you just, yeah.
And that's why,
like, ego versus spirit. That's always a war. I don't care who you are. It's a personal war. And then after that, it's a war. Like, us on this side and that side.
It's a test. It's dealing with people now. That's why it goes back to self-awareness. Get in tune, yo. Cause this world,
I don't know what you're doing, but if you're not in tune, if you're not tapped into self-awareness, wholeness, spirituality, like shout out Jay, she putting this platform together trying to wake up. Like, wake up. Nobody could save you. Nobody could give you the answers. Nobody is going to put food in your mouth or help you get there. You gotta do that yourself. Like, tap in. These are the tools. We giving y'all tools. We giving y'all information.
We giving y'all juice right now. We giving y'all fucking juice.
for as we keep going, because I don't think we're ever going to be the same, mental health is coming. The mental health state is coming. And I say that because this world has been through so much trauma, so much everything that, like it or not, whether we face it now or not, it takes a mental toll. It takes an emotional toll. So we could go 20, 50 more years in mental health. But I'm telling you, people are really going through it because we don't even know how to process it. We don't know. It's no safe space out here. People dying left and right. People don't have nobody. It's coming.
And suicide is real. Suicide is real. Like
anxiety. I'm telling you all of that. Like that's why I said I trust my spirit, because I already know this is coming. Like that's why I'm gonna do. Because I already know what's coming.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that time where people are going to understand the value of self-care, self-awareness, and mental health is coming. When people understand that it's a power greater than you, and that we are flawed as humans, and that we have to understand that we have to unlearn and relearn, it's coming. If it hasn't already. So,
I love that. And that goes into my last thing, yes. The emotional versus the intellect. How you feel about that? Because that's also a fucking battle. Your heart and your mind.
Rational versus emotional. Emotional
yes.
IQ. It's a balance. So rationality. First and foremost, before we get to the rational mind, so how the brain works is all thoughts go through your emotional mind first. So that's how you feel, right? And a lot of times, based on what we go through, we numb our hearts or try to be cold or anything like that. So by default, we're only using our mind, rationality, right? So it's cool to use your mind. Your mind is supposed to be analytical. It really makes the final decision, right? Now your heart and your emotions are where it stems from. So a lot of people stay in their emotions and can't think rationally. So they're reactive. They're very reactive. People only think with their mind and don't let stuff hit their emotions, so they're very detached.
Ooh.
The balance is being able to be present with your mind and your emotions, right? So allowing yourself to be present first, allowing yourself to feel, and then processing that, then making your decision.
It takes a lot though too. And that's why I said, like, we are all, like, even us being in our early 20s, like, this is just the beginning. So we are very much in the early fucking stages, like, of even just...
This is not normal. It's not normal. Where we are right now...
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is not on so many levels. But the norm in the world is not normal, and then these conversations that we're having are not normal. Some people never learn this in their lifetime. Some people never get the opportunity to know what these tools are and know what this space is until they're like 40. You know what I'm saying? And it's not anything. People do their best, like, but this is great. This is great that we're having these conversations because it gives us the opportunity to change the dynamic, not only of ourselves, but our community. So I'm very grateful for you having this platform, but also, like, I'm grateful that we're in this space. We're in the space of hardship and trauma and all of these things, because once you hit rock bottom, or when you pull a bow and arrow back, you got to pull it back before it could spring forward, right? So I pull back, seemingly pull back, like I just test us back, you know. But we're being pulled back so that we can spring forward. And once we spring forward, we're not coming back here. That's.
Woo! Let's go with the fucking metaphors, son, because that was beautiful. I'm flying all the way. Never going back. Like, never the same again. Never the same. But yeah, I'm gonna give my last thoughts on that. That was beautiful. Like, this is, I feel like this one, listen, this is the one because we touched on a lot of shit. Like this is the one I'm gonna be back. I'm like when I'm in my bag and I'm feel me being a human, I could go back to this and yeah. So, but yeah. Wait, what you said?
I was like, I'm gonna be coming back. Like what I said, what you said. Like,
right, absolutely. But yeah, the world is changing, and it's very scary, but it's gonna be beautiful. Like we gotta hang in there. We gotta hold each other. We gotta be there for each other. Like we gotta hold each other tight, and most of all, be there for yourself. Self-love, like really just get in tune. Like I hope whoever listens to this, like really just it's a lot to process. We both are very deep people, but we saying some real shit. We saying some real shit and some real shit early, and this is really for our future generation because it's gonna always be another generation. So even when you're not thinking about yourself, do it for your kids, do it for your grandkids, do it for the kids after them, please. Because we have a lot of trauma. We have Black people.
Yes.
Join BSA so you can also get in tune.
Listen, Black Seed Alliance. We are Black Seed on Instagram. It's a safe community. It's a private community because it is my priority to protect you guys, your mental health, and to just continue to create a space for you, for us. And only the people that's putting the work, only the people that's whole and self-aware, or at least trying to make that decision, just need some help. So tap in, Jay. I thank you so much for having me. Like, and like I need it so I could put it on the and we could continue to go forward and be there for each other. And I love you so much.
I love you too. Like y'all, listen, I'm gonna have everything in the bottom. But this was great. This was it. And I don't know how long it is, but listen, if I gotta break it apart and do a part two, but y'all got the tools. But the last thing I'm gonna say about emotion and intellect, definitely a balance. Just I feel like make sure like. Just make sure your heart is in the right place. Make sure your mind is in the right place. Like, and love on the people that you have right now. Be present. It's very hard for us to be present sometimes because we're always on the go. We're always doing something. But tell someone you love them. Tell someone you appreciate them while they're here. Like, life is fucking unpredictable. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Make sure your mind is right. Make sure your heart is right. Everything else will follow. Make sure your spirit's right.
Oh my God. Yes. All that.
That's it. Just check the boxes and you feel me? But thank y'all for tuning in, yo. Like,
this is it, bitch.
we gotta take a selfie.
This is it? Well, you want to take on your thing? Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you.
Later.